Right then, the last one, and it feels like it's been so long coming, doesn't it? This is the last preview of the season. I actually can't wait to get back to doing how to beats, where I can break down the opposition, I can break down what United can do, I can sit here and look at the intricate little details about why United might be successful, why the opposition are going to be a threat to us. But at the moment, United are completely phoning it in. So guess what? Steve's phoning it in as well. We've basically just stripped these right back. Nobody's watching them. So thank you for you guys that have come to watch them. And I'm just going to make them a little bit more of an opinion piece. We'll go back to the heavy tactical ones next season. Might even do it in pre-season. But I promise you they'll be back. And maybe even better than ever, actually. Let's get into it. We're playing Crystal Palace, obviously. Mid-table, done really well. They've had little decent results, a couple of wins, couple of draws, that sort of stuff in their last few games. United are unbeaten in our last 15 visits to Crystal Palace. They're comfortably mid-table. I think everyone's quite impressed with what Vieira has done for them this season. Probably going to see them line up in a 4-3-3. How do you beat them? You get in behind them. In previous games, they struggle against pace and against movement. They do initiate a bit of a press, but their defensive recovery, once you get past that initial line of that press, not so good. We need to be strong in the fullback areas, which has been an issue for us because they are very good in the wing areas. They've got dangerous wingers, which means you need a bit of midfield cover from there. And defenders are being isolated, which is a bit of a major flaw of our season. And Palace are the team that you don't want to do that with. They're very, very dribble heavy. The Crystal Palace crowd, for the state of the ground, you got to nullify. You got to almost make it a little bit boring and then turn the screw. If they start running at you, if they start getting in and amongst you, they're going to be a problem for you because the crowd's going to get up. They have that stupid bleeding band. And because it's a small stadium and they're right on top of you, I think it's almost an intimidating place to go. And if they smell blood, they will be right on top of you and they will make it a big part. Like, if we can't start slow because they'll get on top and they'll be on top of you. United need to go and show a little bit of fight in this, which I can't believe I'm saying. But the way this season's gone, you take it, really, don't you? You really do. Hey folks, this episode of the preview is brought to you by our partners at Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN or a virtual private network that keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all the information sent between your device and the internet. This keeps your personal data safe when you are browsing the internet from big companies and from cyber criminals. It can also swap the location of your device with a new one, means you can virtually travel to any country in the globe. Why is that important? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Surfshark encrypts your data online and helps secure your personal information if you're using free public Wi-Fi, which we know can be an absolute nightmare if you're using that because your stuff has to travel through someone else's gateway. It masks your IP address, which is essential when you want to become private online. VPN means that your city, your country, and even your download history are not linked to any particular device. And Surfshark doesn't monitor, track, or store what you do online, and there's no connection or activity logs. You can change your location, which is massive. If you want to watch Match of the Day, or let's say you want to watch Netflix or Amazon or anything like that, you can't watch it if you travel abroad. Well, now you can change your location back to the UK and still watch all of those services just like you would at home. You can also stay safe when you're watching stuff that isn't on TV, if you catch my drift. Now, sometimes a game isn't available in your country. Sometimes it's one of those 3 o'clock kickoffs. And if you want to watch one of those games, or sometimes movies, through a streaming service, you know that they're an absolute nightmare. They're dangerous. There's ads popping up left, right, and centre. There's even malware attacks that happen on some of these sites. Having Surfshark means it's extremely useful, keeping safe, by watching and streaming content online that isn't on TV. And did you know Surfshark is the only VPN that allows you to use one account on unlimited devices? That's laptops, phones, whatever it is. Now, I've got a special offer for you. If you use the code Howson, that's Howson, you're going to get 83% off plus 3 extra months for free. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So there's literally no risk to try it out. You want to stay safe when you're browsing. You want to keep your stuff safe if you're on any sort of public Wi-Fi. You need to get something like Surfshark. Hit the link in the description and go and check it out. Availability is better. There's a few players started training again. But match fit, not a lot, to be honest. So you're looking at De Gea in net, probably Tellez, Dalot, Varane and Lindelof in a back four. I don't think there's other options. It's probably going to be McFred, but hey, it might be the last time we see McFred, so That's happy days. The only difference I'll say here with the midfield is I actually might think you could see a midfield diamond out of this 4 in midfield. And you can have Fred pop off to the left-hand side, McTominay pop off to the right-hand side, potentially, and go and cover the fullbacks, give them a little bit of protection that they need. And then Bruno and Juan Mata, who has justified his selection lately, with Garnacho and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. Any questions with that? No, I didn't think so. Erik ten Hag's obviously in attendance at this game. You would hope that gives the players that are staying at least, which a lot of them should be, some sort of impetus, some sort of getting up for it, some sort of show us something, you absolute spineless bastards. We lose this game 1-0, we're coming away with a 0 goal difference season. Unbelievable. United can't be in the Europa Conference. It's bad enough being in the Europa League. The Europa Conference can fuck all the way off. We can't be in that. It's not acceptable for United to be in that. It's going to be bad enough dealing with being in the Europa League, but at least if you win it, you're in the Champions League, regardless of what happens in the league next season. And I can't sit here and tell you, even with Ten Hag and a couple of signings, that United will be the 4th best team in England next season. It's a bit more complicated than that. United have got a lot of work to do. The only way you salvage this is you give a couple of the lads that have just gone and won the FA Youth Cup last week a bit of a run out. Garnacho has to start. It's as simple as that. There are zero excuses to not. The guy's just won Under-18s Player of the Year, top scorer in the FA Youth Cup, won the FA Youth Cup, international call-up. Give him a fucking start. You can't tell me he ain't worth starting. Not a prayer am I accepting he ain't worth starting. Give him the freedom and let's finish the season with a bit of hope. A bit of hope that actually we got another one coming down the pipe. A little bit of hope that we can actually do something next season. And this kid's going to help push some people. Outside of that, don't fucking embarrass us in the last game of the season. And hopefully, some of you, it'll be the last time we see you. All right? Cheers for watching. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms.